Dominica's opposition refuses to recognize the newly elected government, and in sports, West Indies level their ODI series against India. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, December 9th, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
We've got a huge fan base. They're all into the off-road racers, and a lot of the people that I race against also race in the Baja racing, so it's a very easy transition. And we worked on this barrel roll. It's basically taking a Baja-style truck and spinning it in the air, 4,500-pound truck, spinning it in the air and landing it on the ground. Nobody's ever done that before. Yeah, we worked on that for 4 years, and we decided to roll it out down at Ensenada, and it was really well received.
Ain't gonna stop, I'ma kill you, I ain't gonna pop. You talking about you hype, you talking about you king and the only thing you king is how you standing there, you ain't body.
I this me and your brain fly, you me know, you me say me catch you play that me know with your friend, them kill you and gunshot bend them like a cure, really.
As usual, Spartan King is confident already in the arena, so his style and the way he brings off his lyrics is flawless.
We begin in Dominica. The opposition United Workers' Party has refused to accept the results of last week's general election, saying that it was rigged and calling for fresh elections. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit was sworn into office on Saturday for a fourth consecutive term, hours after he led his ruling Dominica Labour Party, the DLP, to an 18-3 victory. But in a video message on social media, opposition leader Lennox Linton, one of UWP's 3 successful candidates, said the DLP had stolen the election. Now, according to the Electoral Office, 23,000 of the almost 40,000 people who cast ballots in last Friday's election voted for the DLP. But Linton charged that a significant number of those were overseas-based Dominicans who were bribed to return home to vote and had decided the outcome of the election.
We are told that there are estimates of up to 13,000 people who were brought in, bribed from overseas to come in to vote in the elections in Dominica. So let us say that it was not as high as 13,000 or 12,000, it was 8,000 people who came. Bribed with airline tickets, bribed with ferry tickets, bribed with spending money in Dominica, just to cast a vote for the Dominica Labour Party. All of that money paid for, all of that money coming from the sale of the passports of the people of Dominica, but used in the service of the Dominica Labour Party, illegally, against the law, against the spirit of the Constitution, against the spirit of our electoral system, to elect government of the people, by the people, for the people, with votes of conscience, not dollar bills, not bribes.
Now, Linton said the UWP had taken its concerns to the regional and international election observer teams monitoring the polls, but nothing had been done to ensure a free and fair election in Dominica. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, the OECS, and the United States Embassy in the sub-region congratulate the people and government on the outcome of the polls. OECS Director General Dr. Didacus Jules said the will of the people of Dominica should be respected, while the U.S. said it stands ready to work with Prime Minister Skerrit and his government. Barbados's Prime Minister Mia Mottley is questioning the relevance of the African, Caribbean and Pacific Group, the ACP. Attending a 2-day summit in Kenya, she urged the 79-member grouping to reflect on its continued relevance in a changing global environment. She questioned whether the ACP at this point stood as a fast track to the future or was a relic of the past. Now, speaking on behalf of the Caribbean, the Barbadian leader said, suggesting that in 21st century, the old institutional configurations underlying the ACP-Europe-Union relationship are irrelevant to the present and to the future. Now, Mottley said rapid economic growth and the looming climate crisis demand a reorientation of the constellation of relations. She said, quote, "The relationship that must matter equally to ACP states and to our future is that among ourselves. End quote. The ACP is negotiating a new arrangement with the European Union, its main development partner, as the existing accord ends next year. And there's another warning that limited water availability will be a major concern for the region by February next year due to the long-term drought in several Caribbean countries. The warning from the Barbados-based Climate Outlook Forum, CaribVision, follows a statement by the Caribbean Institute for Meteorology and Hydrology that rainfall is expected to decline as the new dry season begins. Parts of the region have already been suffering drought conditions in recent months. In its summary for the 3-month period ending February 2020, CaribVision said the evolving long-term drought is being felt in Barbados, Belize, and Cayman Islands, while other regional countries could be faced with possible continued drought. And for the period March to May 2020, CaribVision says indications are that the second half of the 2019 to 2020 dry season may end up drier than usual across the northern part of the region. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next.
Charlie, there's people that have lived here in Wahiawa all their life. They cross the bridge every day. They have no clue that there's a lake here, much less how great the fishing is.
That blows my mind away. Being able to have the opportunity to go saltwater fishing, that's a given, and then go freshwater fishing for peacock bass, which is a unique species of fish. Gotta tell you, that's pretty cool.
Oh my, there you go.
Whoa, there you go.
Advancing our development agenda through innovation, industry, and investment. That was the theme for the Tobago Economic and Business Outlook Conference 2019. This year's conference examined solutions for some of Tobago's most pressing economic challenges and provided an update on the island's development agenda.
We chose this theme because we firmly believe that innovation, investment, and industry are integral to advancing our island's development.
Veteran opener Lendell Simmons stroked his first half-century in nearly 4 years, while Nicholas Pooran made an instant impact in his first match back from a ball tampering ban as West Indies brushed aside powerhouses India by 8 wickets to level the 3-match series 1 apiece yesterday. The 34-year-old Simmons, playing his third T20 international in 2.5 years, emerged from a stuttering start to top score with an unbeaten 67 of 45 deliveries, while Pooran arrived late to lash an imperious unbeaten 38 from just 18 balls. Now sent in earlier, India came up short on 170 for 7 of their 20 overs, with only Shivam Dubey, who top-scored with 54 from 30 deliveries, and wicketkeeper Rishabh Pant with an unbeaten 33, showing any real enterprise. They were only 2 to pass 20 in an unusually flat Indian effort, which saw the host manage just 77 runs in the last 10 overs. India's lack of verve was due mainly to the leg spinner Hayden Walsh and seamer Kesrick Williams, who finished with 2 wickets each, making key strides at crucial stages. And left-arm spinner Ashmead Ned spearheaded a brilliant come-from-behind effort as West Indies under-19 defended a small total to beat England under-19s by 36 runs in the opening match of the Tri-Nation Series last Friday. While the visitors set a paltry 165 for victory, Ned sliced through the innings to finish with 5 for 27. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Good afternoon.